Okay, we ended with rubidium, right? So again, the coverage of our exam starts sa potassium. So actually, we are done with all the elements under the group 1A. So a little recap, group 1A or the group 1A is called our alkali metals, well, except for hydrogen, though it belongs to the group 1A, but it is not a metal. And at the same time, we have ammonium, which is also known as a hypothetical metal. So it's a polyatomic ion. Definitely it's not a metal, but it behaves similarly with the elements under the group 1A. So yung kanyang properties are the same with that, especially of potassium as well as the rubidium. So that is why it is included in the discussion. So we are done with the potassium, including all the elements or sorry, compounds of potassium. Okay? And then we ended here sa rubidium. Now let us continue. Again, I will just discuss group 1B. And then that's it. The remaining groups are already posted last time sa Schoology, and you may start watching that and you may start learning those elements and then their compounds. So before we'll discuss the group 1B, let's talk about the bridge elements first. Bridge elements are also called as the diagonal elements. Ito yung, ang nire-represent nito is yung first elements of each group actually, yung kanyang property resembles that of the second element and the adjacent group. So it looks like this. Ayan, it looks like this, class. Yung first element, for example, the group 1A, they are called the alkali metals. So let us just start with the lithium, for example, since hydrogen is not really a metal. So lithium class, kanyang property, its behavior is actually a little different with that of the sodium, potassium, rubidium, and so on. It's more similar to the next group, the second element of the adjacent group, and that is actually magnesium. So since it's diagonal, and that is the reason why we call it diagonal element, diagonal or the bridge element. So another thing, example, beryllium. This is the first element of the group 2A. So, yung property niya naman is, again, similar to the adjacent group, the second element of the adjacent group. It's actually the group 3A. Since remember, in the center, we call this the transition metals. Dito tayo sa family muna, family A. So, group 2A, beryllium has a similar characteristic with that of the aluminum. So, the second element here in the group 3A is aluminum. So, that is actually the reason why we need to be familiar with the arrangement of the elements in the periodic table so that it is easier for us to determine which of these elements are considered bridge elements or diagonal elements. So you have to know which of the element comes first in their group and what is second on the adjacent group. Again, because they are considered our bridge or diagonal elements. Okay? But we will be talking about the group 1B this afternoon. So balikan natin yung periodic table. Group 1B is located here. So unlike let me write sa screen ha. Unlike so group 1A na nakapasunod talaga sila, no? Group 1, group 2, and then group 3 pa hanggang group 8A dito for the family A or group A. For the group 1B, ito yon. We will start here. We have here the group 1B. So it's not found here ha sa first na column. It's on the second to the last column, class, yung ating group 1B. So we'll discuss that this afternoon. So yung group 1B, they are also known as our coinage metals. They are called coinage metals because literally we use them to produce or to make coins. Okay, so if we can see look at the elements here. We will just discuss the three. Ha? This is, by the way, an old element, old periodic table. That is why mga UU dyan hindi pa napalitan. But nevertheless, we will just concentrate sa copper, silver, and gold. Again, group 1B, copper, silver, and gold, they are our coinage metals. Now, these three occur in their free metallic state in nature. Unlike with the other elements or with the other metals, these metals actually don't exist freely in nature. When I say they don't really exist freely as their metallic state in nature, it means na, example, sodium, wala talaga tayong pure sodium lang talaga in nature. Most likely, we see sodium as compounds. So, nakakombine siya with other elements like sodium, chloride. O kaya yung potassium, we don't see a free potassium in nature, like potassium lang talaga, but naka-compound din siya, potassium chloride, potassium bromide, ganun yung pag-exist niya in nature. However, for group 1B, nag-e-exist talaga sila as example, pag sinabing copper, copper lang talaga siya, or silver and gold. Okay, meron talagang ganun na nag-e-exist. Though meron tayong compounds, syempre, with copper, silver, and gold, but again, we also have ores class that contain pure elements of this metal. Okay, now, they are easy to recover from their ore, so definitely they are being deposited in nature, in ores, and then again, free in their metallic state. And at the same time, they are very malleable. Pag sinabing malleable, this is a physical property of a metal in which it can be hammered or it can be pressed para it will become thin sheets. And then it will not be yung ang tawag dyan, hindi siya mag-break agad-agad. Okay, hindi siya mag-break agad-agad even though you are going to press or compress it. Okay? So, actually, di ba, gold is very soft. You're going to hammer it, it will be flattened. So, ganun, malleable. Okay? Now, they are considered heavy metals. If you're going to look at their atomic weights, they have large atomic weights. So definitely mabigat sila. They have high densities. So they are called heavy metals. Now, if these metals have interactions with living tissues, they can actually precipitate protein. Pwedeng mag-precipitate, magbuo-buo yung ating mga proteins. Okay, yan yung work ng mga coinage metals and actually other heavy metals that we have. So since they can precipitate protein, they are also considered toxic. So they can be poisonous. Just like our copper, the Cu, it is actually toxic. However, copper is seen in the body in trace amounts only. Pag sinabing trace amount, maliit lang. Okay, we need copper in the body, but in small quantity. Okay, so small quantity can actually enhance the utilization of iron. So, di ba si iron maraming gamit sa body. For example, iron is really needed for us to make the heme in hemoglobin. So, di ba si hemoglobin is the part of the red blood cells na nag-carry ng oxygen. Okay? So without iron, hindi din yan siya mabubuo. But before we can utilize iron, we need first the help of copper. Again, in small amount only. Now, si copper, yung symbol niya is Cu. That is actually because it comes from the Greek word cuprium, which means Cyprian metal. This is the meaning of the cuprium where we get the name of our copper as well as the symbol, the Cu. Okay, so please copy that. Now, let's discuss what are the other things that you need to know about copper. Number one, this is the only reddish colored metal that we have. I believe you have seen copper wires, and you can see that it's reddish in color. Now, dati, actually, it's still the third most malleable. So, madali talaga siyang i-hammer or i-press para maging thin sheets siya. Third lang siya among our metals. However, before, it's the third best conductor of electricity, but it has become the second now. So that is the reason why we have a lot of wires na yung electric wires natin, they are made up of copper. Okay? Mahal lang yung copper class. Kaya prone ito sa, yes, yung kawatan nito pag gumamit ng copper when it comes to the wirings, no? Pero it's a good, actually the second best conductor of electricity among our metals. Third siya dati, naging second na siya ngayon. Okay? Now, nasabi ko na kanina, our heavy metals are protein precipitant. Mag-precipitate yung protein neto if merong interaction or contact with a living tissue. Yes, Cherry? Are you raising your hand?
Ma'am, nganong mahal ang kilos sa cup?
Nanong? Mahal? Number one, hindi madali magkuha ng copper, no, from the ores, and imina pa talaga ito, just like the gold. Okay? And marami din ang kailangan mo nito for you to be able to produce, example, these wires. So, mahal talaga. And another thing, it's a metal. It's a pure metal, so definitely mahal talaga ito. Pero it's a good conductor of electricity, a very good conductor of electricity. So that is the reason why um ginagamit talaga siya for wirings. Okay? Pero mahal ni siya kasi pure metal yung ginagamit dyan sa mga wires na yan. Okay? Yung difference kasi yung iba, I don't know anong gamit ng iba. So, meron tayong tinatawag na alloy. Pag sinabing alloy, it's not a pure metal. Ano siya, parang combination siya, pinaghalo-halo na metal. So, kagaya ng bronze. Yung bronze is a combination of, ang meron sa bronze, copper and tin. Okay, so hindi na siya pure copper, meron na siyang tin na kasama. So some of the companies are producing those alloys class. So hindi na siya pure. I-compare natin kung like pure talaga ang gagamitin nila, mahal talaga. Actually, mahal din naman ang alloy, pero mas mahal talaga if pure yung gagamitin nila. Okay? Now, copper sulfate is one of an example of the examples of our compounds sa copper. So, makikita natin ito. You will encounter this when you reach second year. You will have your biochemistry subject. And sa biochem, you will be talking about the chemicals involved in life. Kaya nga siya tinawag na biochemistry. Bio means life, and then we have the chemistry. So, isa sa pag-uusapan nyo sa biochem is yung carbohydrates. Okay, that's the number one source of energy for the human body, and we have a lot of carbohydrates existing in nature. And one type of carbohydrate is our reducing sugars. Again, you will be identifying in your biochemistry which among these sugars are reducing and which are not reducing. And in the laboratory, they are conducting tests to determine that. Examples of these tests are the Fellings and the Benedict's solutions, or the Fellings and Benedict's test. Again, ginagamit yan siya to identify the reducing sugars. Now, ito kasi si Fellings and si Benedict's solutions contain copper sulfate. So that's one of the examples of the use of our copper. Okay? Sa biochem yun siya. Anyway, you have to pass first you have to pass this subject first, and then you will have your organic chemistry next semester. And then after passing the organic chemistry, that's the time you may have the biochem. So masyado tayong maraming chemistry sa pharma. Okay? Now, in the human body, we can see, sabi ko kanina, we can only see copper in small amounts. So, it's really found in the body, and it's found in our, for example, respiratory pigment called hemocyanin. Kasi nga, di ba, partner sila with our iron. And then at the same time, we can see copper in cytochrome oxidase. Now, most likely, class, if the word ends with ACE or ASE, it's an enzyme. Okay? It's an enzyme. The enzyme is a biological catalyst. Sa chemistry, di ba, when we say catalyst, it speeds up the rate of the chemical reaction. Ganun din yung ginagawa ng enzyme. They are also catalyst, but biological, meaning it's inside the body. They will speed up the different reactions or chemical reactions that we have in the body. So one example of an enzyme is the cytochrome oxidase, which contains the copper. Okay? And at the same time, aside from the cytochrome oxidase, the copper is also needed to activate one or another enzyme, which is the tyrosine kinase. Okay? So, si tyrosine kinase is another enzyme that is very important in the body. Okay? Most likely, it's on the formation of melanin, for example. Diba? That's our pigment in the body. Okay? Now, there are also alloys na sabi ko ito kanina, there are also alloys that contain copper. So, sabi ko, alloy is not really pure. Hindi siya like 100% ng isang klase na metal. Mixture siya of different types of metals. So, si brass, yung content niya, isulat ko ha. Si brass class contains copper plus zinc. Tapos si bronze naman, ang content niya, nasabi ko kanina, copper plus tin. And then what's the other one? The Devardas alloy, contains copper plus aluminum, so tatlo, plus the zinc. Okay? Yan yung examples ng alloys natin. So, si alloys, meron din silang reason bakit sila reduce, no? Bakit sila pinaghalo-halo. And, one reason for this one is alloys don't really react easily with air and water, unlike the pure metals. So, most likely, yung iba sa kanila are very good para hindi siya madaling magtaya. In layman's term, magtaya, no? Mag-rust. Okay? Pero there are pure alloys that are found in nature. Meron din namang alloys that are man-made. Okay? Pero yung isang advantage bakit sila pinaghalo-halo is para hindi siya mabilis ma-oxidize. Kasi mag-o-oxidize kasi yung mga metals if they have interaction or contact with air or water. Okay? However, we have, since, di ba sabi ko kanina, this one is toxic. So, meron tayong copper poisoning, and we call that Wilson's disease. Okay? So, si Wilson's disease, meron na yan yung patient, pag anak pa lang, meron na talagang ganitong sakit. But signs and symptoms of the copper poisoning will not be seen unless ma-reach nila yung toxic level ng copper inside the body. Okay? Kasi copper is a cumulative poison. When you say cumulative, it needs to be accumulated first inside before you will feel something. You will feel the signs and symptoms of the poisoning. So, hindi siya agad-agad na naka-ingest ka ng copper unless na lang kung as in very, very large amount yung na-ingest mo. So, automatic, you will really feel the signs and symptoms of the poisoning. But this time, kung ano lang, may problem kasi with the metabolism and excretion ng tao nito, kaya na nagatapok or naga-accumulate yung copper inside the body. So most of them are diagnosed between 5 to 35 years old, but syempre meron ding ma-diagnose early or may ma-diagnose na late kasi hindi nakikita yung signs and symptoms. So most likely, itong people with Wilson's disease, they have accumulated copper in their brain, in their liver, and other vital organs. So that is the reason why yung mga signs and symptoms din nito involves the liver. For example, the patient may have jaundice, so mag-yellow siya, iyahang skin, and even ang iyahang eyes. And then there will be building up of fluid, of tubig in the abdomen or yung sa mga periphery niya, like sa mga legs. Okay? And then, syempre, there will be fatigue, lack of appetite, and magkaka-problem yung person nito with the muscles. So, there may be loss of muscle coordination and mahirapan ng mag-control yung person with the movement. There will be muscle stiffness also. Even swallowing can be difficult for them since nga may problema sila with the muscles. Okay? So yan yung mga signs and symptoms of the Wilson's disease. But however, we have an antidote for this. Yung mga ano natin, most of our poisons, pero naman tayong antidote. This time, it's penicillamine. Yung Cuprimine is a brand name. Okay? Brand name yung Cuprimine, ha? The name of the antidote is really the penicillamine. Okay? Now, let's move on to the compounds of copper. I have already introduced to you the copper sulfate. But copper sulfate almost always exists with 5 molecules of water in its crystals. So kaya kung titingnan ninyo, it's not just CuSO4, meron siyang 5 molecules ng tubig. Now, other name of blue vitriol is, copper sulfate is blue vitriol or the blue stone. Let me write the other names because meron pa tayong ibang names. We may call this, excuse me, Roman vitriol also, and then Salzburg vitriol. Salzburg vitriol, and then we have the chalcantite. Chalcantite. Okay, so please write that also. Those are the other names of our copper sulfate. I have mentioned already a while ago that reagents used in biochemistry to detect sugars also contain copper sulfate. So examples of that, we have the Fellings and the Benedict's solution, and then we have the barcodes. The barcodes naman is used to differentiate a monosaccharide and a disaccharide. So pag sinabing carbohydrates kasi, group of biomolecules yan sila. So meron tayong building blocks for that. Our building blocks before mo mabuo yung malaking carbohydrate or polysaccharide is called monosaccharide. So, an example of a monosaccharide is the glucose, okay? Or we call that, we usually call glucose as the dextrose. It's actually a monosaccharide. Pag pagdugtong-dugtungin mo yan, syempre you may have a larger molecule. Example, dalawang monosaccharide idugtong mo, you will get a disaccharide. So si sucrose, yung table sugar natin, is an example of a disaccharide. And yan yung gamit ng Barfoed's test para malaman natin whether a substance is a monosaccharide or a disaccharide. Nagre-react kasi yan siya with a Barfoed's reagent. And then again, just like Benedict's and Fellings solution, this also contains copper. Okay? So marami tayong ginagamit na reagent in biochemistry na merong copper. Okay? Aside from that, copper sulfate may also be a powerful emetic. Pag sinabing emetic, pampasuka, pampavomit. Okay? So if you're going to encounter the term emesis, we are talking about vomiting. Okay? Pagasuka. Ganon. So if we are going to administer copper sulfate, ano ito? Pampasuka talaga siya. Let me know sa time habasig na sobraan mabtan ko og alas 5 di gyapon ta mahuman dinhi. Aside from that, antidote also. This one is also an antidote for phosphorus poisoning. So si phosphorus naman is not a metal but still it's an element. It's actually a non-metal. However, we have to keep all these things in moderation and at normal level in the body. So if we get to experience the phosphorus poisoning, the antidote naman is the copper sulfate. Okay, now industrially, so this is not on the pharmaceutical side, but industrially, copper sulfate is a component naman of the so-called Bordeaux mixture. Take note ha, it's a mixture. So, pag sinabing Bordeaux mixture, ano meron dyan? It contains copper sulfate and calcium oxide. Yan naman yung content ng Bordeaux mixture and ginagamit ito as algicide and a fungicide especially in swimming pools. Okay? Para hindi tubuan ng algae and at the same time ng fungi yung swimming pool. Ginahan man good ang mga microorganism anak syempre basa.
Buti sulatan na pala. Dili na lang, B. Ano lang po?
Yes, Arnelli.
Ay, umayos na.
Yes, Arnelli. Ano man.
Nagalis pa na sila sa clearance, ma'am.
Naglalis na. Okay.
Sorry po, ma'am.
What's naman? Okay, sige, moving on. Again, si Bordeaux mixture contains calcium oxide and copper sulfate para hindi tubuan ng mga fungi and mga algae yung ating swimming pool. And that is one of the reasons why mostly yung swimming pools natin color blue ang tubig. Because copper sulfate will always be color blue. Okay? Pag makita nyo din yung ibang ibang solutions like Benedict solutions and Fenric solution, color blue din sila. Their color is attributed to the copper content, the copper sulfate. Okay? But yung ibang klaseng copper are actually color green. For example, this one, the copper acetoarsenate is also known as the Paris green. Na yung nasa baba, yan yung kanyang chemical formula ha. Pero yung gamit ni Paris green is insecticide siya. Okay? Again, it's an insecticide. Now, another one, we have here the cupric hydrogen arsenite, which is called naman the Shields green. Actually, if it's cupric had the higher na oxidation state. Kasi diba, it's cuprous if it's +1. But if it's +2, the higher oxidation state or the higher charge, we call it cupric. So the higher oxidation state, cupric siya, most likely the color is green. So we have Paris green and the Shields green. So our other name of the Shields green is the Skloss green. Let me write it sa screen. This is the other name of the Shields green. Okay, again, it contains cupric hydrogen arsenite. And ang gamit naman nito, this one naman is a pigment. It's color green, so it's used for paints. Kaya lang nowadays, they don't use the cupric hydrogen arsenite in paints anymore because of its toxicity. Okay? So just like the Paris green na ginagamit as insecticide, ganun din yung ating Shields green toxic. Okay? Now, ito naman, the cuprous citrate, as you can see in the name, cuprous. So, it's on the lower oxidation state. Cupric kasi yung higher. So, kaya iba yung color niya. This is color brown. We call this the Hatchett's brown, which is used as an astringent at a concentration of 8%. Pag sinabi namang astringent plus, this is used to shrink cells. They can shrink the cell, or syempre kung nag-shrink ang cell, for example, nag-close din ang pores. Kaya marami tayong makikita na cosmetics na merong astringent. Okay? So, especially yung mga cosmetic products na para sa mga oily ang skin, para mag-shrink ang pores, mag-shrink ang cells na nagpo-produce ng oil. Okay? Pag dry ang skin mo, huwag ka nang gumamit ng astringent kasi lalo yang mag-dry ang skin mo. So, we have different types of skins, right? Merong oily ang skin, merong naturally dry ang skin. So, again, you may use astringent if you have oily skin. If ever you have dry skin, you may use, example, moisturizer or even toner. Ganon. Okay? For cosmetics. Now, yung cupric salts ha, balikan ko yung cupric salts. Most of them are color green. So that is why we can see here, copper carbonate in its native form, yung talagang copper carbonate lang siya, it's called mountain green. Okay? So it's still color green. Ito namang copper carbonate, which is not pure, meron siyang chalk na kasama. We call that the Brunswick green. But still, again, it's color green. And then yung na-mention ko na kanina, the Paris green, the copper acetoarsenate, which is used as insecticide. It's Paris green or the Schweinfurt's green. Okay? And then lastly, we have the so-called the blister copper, which is obtained from the furnace, which is covered by black blisters. It contains copper, so since it's black blisters, we call it the blister copper. So actually, that's the end of the copper. Yun lang naman yung compounds ng copper. Do you have questions or clarifications? You really have to study, ha? Please wait for the grades sa midterm. I'm not yet done with the encoding of the grade. So that is the reason why you can't see your grades sa portal. So please wait for it na lang muna. Yes, Arnelli.
Ma'am, ano gani yung coinage metal po?
What? Sorry. Kindly send your concerns sa chat para I will just read it.
About po sa
Yes, yes. Ano ba? Kaya nag-echo kayo. Kasama ata kayo dyan kung sino man yung kasama mo dyan. Kaya siya nag-echo. So, i-chat niyo na lang yung question or yung concern niyo. Okay? Pag may kasama kayo dyan. Okay, anyway, we have the...
Ma'am, yung about good po sa coinage metal, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ano po yung mga element na cover po ng coinage metal po?
That is what we are discussing now. The copper, the silver, and the gold. Okay na? Again, copper, silver, and the gold. Yan yung dinidiscuss natin. Ngayon, yung copper pa lang yung natapos ko. So, we'll be discussing the silver and the gold. Okay, this afternoon. Any other question or concerns?
Nana po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Okay, so we have here the silver, Ag. So Ag because it comes from the word argentum, which is actually called shining or bright. Okay, shining because literally we can see the silver. It's really shining and it's also bright. Now in the laboratory, we can detect the presence of silver through the Marsh test. And if we are going to conduct the Marsh test, If there is the presence of silver, we will get a black precipitate. Okay, kasi unoxidized silver is color black. So it's not shiny anymore. Okay, that is the reason why yung silver yun na jewelries, may time talaga class na as in mag-color black siya, meaning na oxidized na yan siya. Okay? Now, ano ba gamit ng silver natin? Number one, it can be a temporary replacement of bones, especially the long bones, like during injury, my problem with the bones, that we need to replace the long bones, we may use silver. But this one is, mahal. And then, we may use this one also to close opening of the skull. Like for example, my cracks the skull because of an injury, we may use silver also. And aside from that, silver is a styptic. Pag sinabing styptic, this will induce blood clotting. Like if you have small wounds and then you will place a styptic, mag-stop yung bleeding. Okay? So mag-clot yung dugo. So hindi na siya mag-bleed. That's what we call styptic. Okay? Now, also, you have to remember this, silver has oligodynamic action. Oligo means marami, dynamic is powerful. It has a powerful antimicrobial activity against a lot of like microbes. So marami siyang pwedeng patayin na bacteria. Pwede din siyang magpatay ng other types of microorganisms. So that is why it's used as a germicide. By the way, if the word ends with side, C-I-D-E, or sidal, it means it is able to kill the bacteria or the microbes, yung mga maliliit natin na organism. Okay? So, si silver yan siya. Example, silver nitrate. Paano niya patayin yung mga germs? It has, again, the ability to precipitate protein. PPT is precipitate. CHON means protein. Pag na-encounter nyo ito sa sunod, pag nakita kayo ng CHON, it's actually protein. Kasi when you're going to look at the structure of the protein, it has the basic 4 elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Okay? So that's protein plus. Maapektuhan ang protein. Pag walang protein, walang life. That's how it kills the microbes. And at the same time, the utilization of the chloride will also be affected. So meron tayong different na mga preparations that contain silver na ginagamit for the germicidal action. For example, the silver sulfadiazine, that's the name ha, AG is silver. Silver sulfadiazine, you can see this sa flamazine. It's a burn ointment na merong silver sulfadiazine to prevent infection sa burns. Okay? So like pag nasunog ka, napasok ka, you may use this one. Number one, meron siyang cooling na action, pero since meron siyang silver sulfadiazine, which is a germicidal, pwede siyang mag-prevent ng infection. But we are going to just administer this topically. So topical lang siya, hindi siya iniinom. Okay? And then meron din tayong mild silver protein. That's the name ha, mild silver protein. CHON again is a protein. This is used as an antiseptic in ophthalmology. So sa mata naman siya. Meron tayong mga preparations that contain this one na mag-prevent or mag-treat ng infection sa mata. And then we have the toughened silver nitrate, pinatigas na silver nitrate, which is placed into sticks where we can use this as a styptic. Okay? So like if you have small wounds, you may apply, using the sticks class, you may apply the toughened silver nitrate to induce clotting of blood so as you are not going to bleed anymore. Okay? Aside from that, what do you need to know about our silver? This is the second most malleable metal. The third one was copper, no? I have mentioned that a while ago. The second most malleable is the silver. So you can also hammer or compress or press silver into thin sheets, and you may do the ano na dayon, yung mga different na mga shapes na, for example, in jewelries. Okay? Now, dati, it's the second best conductor of electricity, but it has become now the first. I mean, the best na siya talaga when it comes to conducting electricity and heat. But we don't really use silver nowadays in making wirings, no, for our electricity. Piyesta na nga yung mga kawatan sa copper na wire kasi 'di ba ninanakaw nila. How much more if we are going to use silver for the wirings of our electric current. Pero it's actually the best conductor of electricity and at the same time, the heat. Okay? Now, just like other metals, this is also poisonous, and yung poisoning of our silver is called argyria. Okay? Again, it's called argyria. If you're going to consume or if you're going to be exposed to a large amount of silver, you will experience darkening of your skin. Okay? Like chronic kang gumagamit ng silver, magda-darken yung skin mo, and yung tawag sa condition na yan is argyria. So since this is poisoning, we also have our antidote. So I'll be writing on the screen the antidote, and that is the NSS, or the 0.9% sodium chloride solution. Okay? Yan yung antidote natin for argyria. Actually, you did this in the laboratory. 'Di ba? Your activity number 6 as well as activity number 7, you have silver nitrate, and then you have reacted that one to, in the laboratory, you just use the hydrochloric acid and it yields silver chloride. But actually, when you're going to use the NaCl with the silver, you will still get the silver chloride. Okay? So, para hindi na siya mag-cause ng toxicity inside the body. Okay, now other antidote that we have the sodium thiosulfate, and we have the potassium ferricyanide. Pero yung talagang ginagamit as antidote is the sodium chloride, the plain NSS. Okay, but you may use sodium thiosulfate and the potassium ferricyanide. Okay? Now, let's move on to the compounds of our silver. I am almost done, ha? I will just discuss group 1B ngayon. So, gold na lang yung natira after. So, si silver nitrate, we have here other names of the silver nitrate, the lunar caustic, lapis infernularis, soluble salt, the caustic salt, and ito yung tinatawag natin na indelible ink. So from the name itself, indelible ink, this will really stain. So like if you have spillage of silver nitrate in the laboratory table or even in the floor, it will really stain. So color brown yung stain na to, and since it's indelible, mahirap siyang tanggalin, class, ang stain ng silver nitrate. Okay, so kagaya ito ng pag mag-vote ka, 'di ba? I don't know kung ano na yung mga ages niyo ngayon, pero 'di ba? When we cast our vote, we have the so-called indelible ink na nilalagay in the finger that indicates na tapos ka nang bumoto, and then hindi ka na pwedeng pabalik-balik doon. Okay? So, ganun din ito. This is an indelible ink. Mahirap tanggalin. Okay? So, the next time you perform laboratory experiment and then you see silver nitrate, please be careful. Okay? Para hindi siya ma-spill into our laboratory tables, hindi magmancha doon. And at the same time, you really have to protect yourselves also. So you have to wear gloves. Kasi mag-sustain din ito sa kamay mo. And katagal nito makuha, class. As in, that's how powerful it is when it comes to staining. Okay? Dati when I was a student, actually nakabayad kami nito sa laboratory sa UIC since I think that was our class. We were not really working safely in the laboratory. So we have spillage of the silver nitrate in the floor. Kaya lang yung floor kasi ng mga laboratory sa UIC is not the same with the floor natin sa school. Ilagyan kasi nila yon ng I forgot the name kasi yung laboratory kasi dapat hindi siya naka-tiles, hindi siya yung cemented floor lang na slide. Merong nilalagay niya nakalimutan ko, and at the same time walang mga edges yung floor ng laboratory namin sa UIC. I forgot. I forgot ang tawag doon. So, mahal yun siya. Kaya lang nagka-spillage ng chemical, so nag-repaint. Nakbayad me. Yes, Cherry?
Ma'am, kana kung silver poisoning, mo ba na siya katong Papa Smurf na na syndrome katong mag-color blue?
Sorry, ano yan? Pa?
Mag-color blue ka ng skin, ma'am, tumurag sa Smurf. Gitawag siya na Papa Smurf syndrome.
Yeah, mag-darken, oo. Mag-darken ang imuhang skin. Kung silver poisoning. Mag-darken talaga. Okay? Pero I'm not sure with the name, but we call it argyria. That's the medical name of it, argyria. Okay? Sige. So, si silver nitrate class, kung sa medicine naman, this is used to remove warts. So, pag sinabing warts, in layman's term, we call this kalunggo. Okay? Kalunggo. Now, kalunggo or the warts is a viral infection. So again, it's caused by virus ha. Ang pangalan ng virus na nagko-cause ng wart is the HPV, the human papilloma virus. Okay? That's the name of the virus. So, pag nagkalunggo ka, it's not because of a bacteria or a fungi, it's because of a virus. Kaya lang, meron tayong two types of the human papilloma virus, HPV ha. The HPV1 and the HPV2. Si HPV1, yan yung nagkukos ng kalunggo ng warts in the different parts of your body. Pero pag HPV2, it's mostly in the genitals. Kaya, when you say HPV2 infection, like warts sa genital, that is a sexually transmitted disease. STD or STI siya. Okay, so be careful. You really have to protect yourselves. Like especially girls, pag nagka-warts kasi sa genitals, pwede siyang mag-cause ng cervical cancer. Okay? Pero these two are different ha. Iba ang HPV1, iba ang HPV2. Like for example, you have warts sa kamay. It's HPV1. Okay? So, pwede siyang i-remove through cauterization. Our problem with cauterization is hindi talaga siya totally natatanggal. Yung nag-protrude lang yung matatanggal, pero the virus may still be present in your body. So, after some time, matutubuan ka na naman ng warts. So, some are opting to have it lasered, and then meron din tayong chemical or drug treatment for it. So, example of that is the silver nitrate. Okay? Now, aside from that, previously ito ha, kasi ngayon, we don't usually use na the silver nitrate for babies with gonorrhea. Yung gonorrhea class is another sexually transmitted disease. In layman's term, we call this tulo. Okay? Diba? Pag sinabing may tulo ang isang tao, example ang isang lalaki, literally may nagatulo talaga from their genital. Okay? Merong nagatulo na nana, and that is painful. may pus or may nana na nagatulo. Pero the tulo is not just for men. Pwede din siyang sa babae. Kaya lang kung ang babae nagkatulo, wala kasi tayong signs and symptoms mga babae if merong tulo. You will have just signs and symptoms if the case is already terminal. Pag sinabing terminal, kanang hapit na kamamatay, that's the time we'll have the signs and symptoms of tulo. Unlike sa mga lalaki na literally may nagatulo. Now, our problem is if ang babae na merong tulo mabubuntis, and syempre pag manganganak na, kung hindi siya cesarean, kasi most of them sinisesaryan talaga, pero pag hindi na cesarean yan at dumaan yung baby sa puwerta, pwedeng mapunta sa kanya yung bacteria that causes the gonorrhea. So the name of the bacteria that causes the gonorrhea is this one. Okay? This is the name of the bacteria, Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Oops, forgot the E. Okay. Now, yung bacteria na nasa puwerta, mapupunta kasi yan siya sa baby and then most likely, dito yan siya sa mukha nila sa may eyes banda. Pag anak sa baby, maraming nana dyan sa may eyes banda sa baby. So, kaya binibigyan sila ng parang eye wash with the silver nitrate to clean that area and get rid of the bacteria. Pero nowadays, since sabi ko nga, silver nitrate can stain the skin, mahirap din siya ibigay sa baby, no? Kaya hindi na siya usually ginagamit. It's either the mother will be having cesarean section or kung hindi talaga siya na nagkaroon talaga ng gonorrhea ang baby, yung ginagamit na natin ngayon is the erythromycin. So we have topical na neto, na cream or an ointment, yun na yung ginagamit for babies na natakdan sa ilahang mama sa tulo or sa gonorrhea. Yes, Miss Ramos.
Ma'am, if na ba siya mga mga symptoms if magka-gonorrhea ang baby po?
Pag nagka-gonorrhea ang baby, ang makita talaga dyan sa mata, maraming pus, maraming nana sa may mata banda.
Mao lang nang gina-base na symptoms, ma'am, matawag na siya gonorrhea po.
Yeah. And chine-check din yan siya sa laboratory. Gina-check talaga kung the bacteria is really Neisseria gonorrhoeae. Pero you can just pass on the Neisseria gonorrhoeae sa baby if buntis ang mother. Okay? Kasi the Neisseria gonorrhoeae, since this is a sexually transmitted disease, you can pass this on from one person to another through sexual intercourse. So please protect yourselves, ha? Kasi kung sa babae ito, wala itong signs and symptoms. So hindi mo malalaman if yung partner mo na babae may gonorrhea ba or wala. So kung nagkaroon kayo ng sexual intercourse, pwede kang magkaroon ng ganitong sakit. Tapos lalaki, pag napasa na ito sa lalaki, then, ayan, literally may magtulo na sa kanila. Okay? Now, any other question before we move on? Oras na. It's 3:10. Okay, now we have ammoniated silver nitrate. So from the name itself, meron siyang ammonia. Ammoniated silver nitrate or the Hoest solution. This is naman is seen in our dental preparation. This is actually a desensitizing agent. Yung mga sensitive ang gums, like, di ba may ina-advertise na Sensodyne, but Sensodyne contains potassium nitrate. Ito naman, this can be an ingredient of those dental products na para maging less sensitive yung gums mo. Yan yung gamit niya, the Hoest solution. And this is also seen in another reagent used in biochemistry, the Tollens reagent. So si Tollens reagent naman may be used to differentiate ketone and aldehyde. Pero you may encounter this one next semester also kasi we have ketone and aldehydes. They are functional groups. They involve carbons. So, pag mag-study na kayo ng org chem, you will encounter them. Meron tayong mga tinatawag na functional groups. Kung meron tayong compounds sa ating inorg, meron din tayong compounds sa ating organic chemistry which contains carbon. We call them functional groups. So, examples ng functional groups, si aldehyde at saka si ketone. Let me write it sa screen. And then, madi-differentiate siya sa laboratory using this test. The tolerance test. So, the tolerance test uses the tolerance reagent which contains ammoniated silver nitrate. Okay? We are almost done. Hindi ko kayo i-hold actually until 4 o'clock talaga since we are almost done. I have provided already the video. So, yung mga remaining times natin, it's either you use that to study in preparation for the exam next week, or if you are in school, you may process your clearance. So you need to accomplish that before you are allowed to take the exam. Okay? And then we have here the silver iodide, which is also insoluble to water, just like the other iodide solutions. Like if we are going to review the sodium iodide and the potassium iodide, diba? If you can still remember, all of those are also insoluble kasi iodine is really not soluble in water. You need to combine them first with sodium iodide and potassium iodide, no, para maging soluble siya, magbuo siya ng triiodide ion. Okay? This is used as a germicide. So silver is really used as a germicide, as an agent used to kill microorganisms. Now, we have combination of silver and proteins. We call them silver proteinates. Ito yung lesson sa Farm in Org na ako dyan yung giampuan before the board exam nga dili siya mogawa sa among board exam kay bisag unsaon ako siya og familiarize or memorize, hindi talaga siya pumapasok sa utak ko. But you need to you need to be familiar with this. Basin di ay magawas siya sa inyong board exam. So we have here the mild silver protein. The mild silver protein is called the argyrol. Yan yung concentration niya. It's between 19 to 23 or pwede ding 25%. This naman is antiseptic for the eyes. So, di ba, pag sinabing antiseptic, it's a substance that is able to kill or prevent the growth of microorganisms, so especially the eyes. And at the same time, this is used for vaginitis. Pag ang word class nag-end sa itis, usually refers to inflammation. So this time, it's inflammation of the vagina, and it's maybe due to microbial infection. Okay? And then we have strong silver protein or the protargol. So it's strong, but it has lesser concentration. That's 7.5 to 8.5%. This one naman is an antiseptic for ears, nose, and throat. Okay. Okay. And then we have here the colloidal silver protein. We call it collargol. It has an intermediate concentration, no? If we compare the three, this contains 18 to 22% na concentration of the silver protein. And this is used still as a germicide, a general germicide, so you may use it like anywhere in the body. So unlike the two, this one is for the eyes. The strong one is for the ENT, ears, nose, and throat. Okay, and then we have the last one. This is the last one for our silver, and then we will move on to gold na. So sa silver, we have colloidal silver chloride or the lonosol or neosilvol. This preparation naman contains a stabilizer, which is the disodium EDTA. Now, a stabilizer class is added in a preparation for it not to be destroyed easily. Example, the structure will be kept na stable siya. Di siya madaling masira, nilalagyan siya ng stabilizer. That's the work of the EDTA in our colloidal silver chloride na preparation. Okay, so that is the end for our silver. Do you have questions before we'll move on to gold? Malapit na tayong matapos. Gold is just 4 slides. So, mga 3:30, we are done na. Wala. You have 30 minutes to work with whatever you want to do there after. Now, gold, the symbol is AU. It comes from the word aurum, which means king of all metal. Lead is the last one, but lead is included in the link I have posted in Schoology, yung link na nasa finals na folder. So, di ba, I have posted na you have to watch that one to cope up with the missed schedule nung nag-earthquake. Okay? Lead yung last na topic doon. Actually, germanium. Pero anyway, we have lead there. Okay? Pero i-discuss ko ngayong hapon is just up to gold. So again, gold is the king of all metals. It's the king, but it's very soft. It's a very soft metal. That is why it's the most malleable among them. Madali siyang i-press, madali siyang i-hammer into thin sheets. So dati, this is our best conductor of electricity, but now it has become the third na lang. Okay? And then, since gold is very expensive, you cannot really see electrical wirings na gold ang ginamit. Pero pwede naman if you want to. Masyadong mahal ito. Okay? Na yung side effect ng gold is called contact dermatitis or gold dermatitis, in short, kagid. Meron tayong mga tao class na if they wear gold jewelries, 'di ba? Katol-katol, mag-allergy sila. Yeah, Bisaya man tam ng kagid. Pero we call that contact dermatitis or gold dermatitis. Itis, inflammation, derma, skin. So there will be inflammation of the skin for people who are allergic to gold. Yes, Alaika. You have question? Alaika, you are raising your hand. Na, isend, isend mo na lang yan sa sa chat box. Okay? So, si gold
Ma'am,
undergoes,
yan po pala yung nag-cause, ma'am. Like, kasi po dati nag-bili po ako ng gold, ma'am, kay may binigay po kasi yung mama ko sa akin. Pero po, ma'am, akong dalunggan, ma'am. Opo, ma'am. So, akala ko po kasi, ma'am, parang allergic lang po ako, ma'am.
yeah, that you're like sensitive to gold. Gold man talaga yun, no? So, you're sensitive to gold, kaya ka nagkaroon ng contact dermatitis. So, contact of your skin and the gold will cause inflammation sa imuhang skin. So, muna siya, there is allergic reactions, mangatol, and then mag-inflame na. Okay, pero that is kanang depending on the person. So hindi lahat sensitive to gold. So yung iba, they can wear gold jewelries without the contact dermatitis. Yung iba naman sa atin, we have contact dermatitis sa mga putyo-putyo na mga jewelries. Like mga peke-peke lang na jewelries. Pwede din, contact dermatitis pa rin ang tawag nun. Ito lang is kanang specifically called gold dermatitis. Okay? Now, gold undergoes auto-oxidation. So, di ba yung gold, dalawa yung neto, no, ang charge. Pwede siyang positive 1, and then pwede ding positive 3. So, dalawa yung charge, yung pwedeng oxidation state ng ating gold, and then yung gold na positive 1 undergoes auto-oxidation. Na-oxidize siya into positive 3, and then auto siya means automatic. Walang ibang chemicals na dinagdag para ma-oxidize siya or hindi because of the air or the water, yung gold lang mismo yung mag-oxidize ng kanya. Kaya tinawag siyang auto-oxidation. Okay? Now, this one naman is used as a treatment for lupus erythematosus. In short, lupus. Okay? Ito yung sakit ni former President Ferdinand Ramos. Ramos. Marcos na naman. Marcos, yung tatay, okay? Meron siyang lupus. Si Chris Aquino, I think, meron ding lupus. Pero I think marami siyang autoimmune disease. Si lupus erythematosus, si lupus and si rheumatoid arthritis are both autoimmune disease. Pag sinabing autoimmune disease class, yung sila lang mismo, yung body nila have very active na immune system. It's good actually na our immune system is active ha, kasi pag napasukan ng bacteria, magre-react siya, and then the immune system will fight against the bacteria. However, our problem is if the immune system is as in super active, OA na pagka-active, na it will no longer differentiate self and what is non-self. Meaning, hindi niya na makilala ano yung organs na actually nakikita talaga inside the body and ano yung kanyang dapat patayin. So, since overly active siya, pati yung mga organs natin, naa-attack na nila. Okay? So, yan yung sa lupus. So, like for example, in the case of Ferdinand Marcos, yung na-attack, I think if I'm not mistaken, is the kidneys. That is why before siya namatay, nag-dialysis siya. Okay? And then rheumatoid arthritis is also an autoimmune disease. Okay? So the immune system is highly active also, and that is the reason why yung immune system mismo, yung mga white blood cells natin, yung mga antibodies natin, ina-attack yung joints. So pag na-attack yung joints, mag-inflame yan siya. So makikita niyo yan siya sa people with rheumatoid arthritis, inflamed yung kanilang mga kamay, for example, and that is very painful. Okay? Yes, Laika? Do you have question or clarification?
Ma'am, rheuma po ba yun, ma'am? Yung rheumatoid arthritis po, ma'am?
Yeah, rheumatoid arthritis. The arthritis itself, the rheuma na tinatawag in layman's term. We have different types of of arthritis ha. Meron tayong rheumatoid arthritis which is autoimmune, yung sarili nating white blood cells and antibodies ang pumapatay and nag-a-attack ng ating joints kaya may inflammation. Meron din tayong tinatawag na osteoarthritis. Si osteoarthritis, wala itong inflammation, wala nagahubag ilang mga kamot, pero painful. Kasi, ano yun siya, pag osteoarthritis, ito yung talagang sakit ng mga elderlies natin. Na kasi, example, one bone to another bone, meron kasi tayong tinatawag na synovial fluid in between. Now, pag tumatanda kasi tayo, nakukuhaan or nababawasan kasi yung synovial fluid, and pag wala na yan, wala nang fusion between these two bones. And then, ang tendency, magkakaroon na ng friction. So, as they move, for example, this is one bone, another bone, and as they move, magkakaroon ng friction, kaya siya painful. Pero wala siyang inflammation. We call that osteoarthritis or the wear and tear. Okay? Sa mga elderlies na yan siya. Si rheumatoid arthritis, kung may autoimmune ka talaga, kahit hindi ka pa old, pwede kang magkaroon ng rheumatoid arthritis. Okay? And then yung another example or another type of arthritis is the gouty arthritis. Meron din yun siyang inflammation, pero ang cause kasi ng gouty arthritis is accumulation of the uric acid crystals in the body. Okay? Si uric acid is a product of kanang breakdown of a component of our DNA in the body. Pag mag-breakdown yan siya, maging uric acid yan siya. And then as we grow old, nababawasan kasi yung ability natin to get rid of the uric acid. Like, maihi natin siya ganun, nababawasan yung ability natin pag tumatanda tayo. Kaya, ang tendency, nag-accumulate ang uric acid inside the body. And then, ma-deposit na siya sa mga joints. Kaya, nag-i-inflame yung mga joints nila. It's painful, it's inflamed, and if hindi siya ititreat, pwede siyang mag-cause ng immobility, hindi na nila mamumove yan next time. And at the same time, it will cause deformities. Ma-deform na ilang mga kamot kadugayan. Okay? But gold is just used for rheumatoid arthritis kasi gold can actually slow down the activity of the immune system. Our problem kasi with lupus and with rheumatoid arthritis, di ba sabi ko, overly active yung immune system. So, to slow down, like to slow down the formation of the white blood cells, yun yung work ni gold. Okay? Actually, si gold is, kasama siya sa tinatawag na DMARDs. Pag narinig niyo yung DMARDs na yan sa pharmacy, it means disease modifying anti-rheumatic drugs. Yan yung ibig sabihin ng DMARDs. Okay? Now, we also have antidote for gold toxicity. Since this is a heavy metal, it's also toxic when consumed in large amount. So, ang antidote natin dyan is the dimercaprol or yung tinatawag natin na BAL. Si BAL naman, ang meaning yan, the British anti-leucite. You really have to take note ha. Kasi not all of these things are seen in my slides, and if magsalig lang mo sa akong slides, you will not listen, you will not take note, hirapan tayo sa exam nito. So again, BAL is called British anti-leucite. It's originally for the leucite metal. So, si leucite metal is actually the arsenic. Si arsenic is, ginagamit yan siya ng mga professional killers. Ginagamit nila pang poison. Mahirap kasing i-detect yung arsenic if it has become the cause of death. So, tinatawag siyang leucite metal. So, to counteract the effect of arsenic, they have the BAL, the British anti-leucite. However, aside from arsenic, the BAL can also antagonize the activity of other heavy metals such as gold. So, kaya siya kasama dyan sa antidote for gold toxicity. Okay? So, please take note of that. Now, we have compounds. Ito yung mga drugs available in the market na ginagamit for gold. So, we have here aurothio-glucose, ang ginagamit for rheumatoid arthritis yan sa class. Ito yon, aurothio-glucose and the gold sodium thiomalate, yung may nakalagay na R registered, meaning brand names nila yan. Okay? Brand name ng aurothio-glucose is Solganal, and myocresin naman for the gold sodium thiomalate. Okay, these two are given IM. Pag sinabing IM, intramuscularly, ini-inject sa muscles. Okay? So yung pag-administer nito, kagaya ng pag-administer ng vaccines natin, diretso sa muscles. Okay? So, ini-inject yan siya for people with rheumatoid arthritis, and all of these contain gold. Now, this is a favorite board exam question, the auronophin. Okay? The auronophin is the only gold preparation that is given orally. Iniinom orally. Unlike the two na binibigay intramuscularly. Okay? Sige. So, eto naman sa laboratory. Diba? Siyempre, gold is a metal. Hindi yan siya basta-bastang nade-dissolve. Kung ilagay mo yan sa tubig ang gold, hindi yan siya nade-dissolve. So what are the substances that are able to dissolve gold? We only have two. The selenic acid, the H2SeO4, that's the chemical formula. And then we have combination or mixtures of acids. We call it aqua regia or the royal water. So i-combine mo 3 parts of hydrochloric acid plus 1 part of nitric acid. That's how we prepare the royal water. And this royal water has the ability to dissolve gold. Pero yung palagi nilang ina-ask sa board exam is ano yung this is the only single acid that is able to dissolve gold, that's selenic acid. Single lang siya, hindi siya nakamix with other acid. Pero it has the ability to dissolve gold. And then lastly, this is where I end. Yeah, this is where I end the purple of caseous, or this is what we call the colloidal gold. Okay? Again, please take note. The purple of caseous is also known as the colloidal gold. Okay? It's a pigment. So when you say it's a pigment, it's a coloring substance. Okay? Na meron siyang gold, and the gold is combined with stannic acid. We call it purple of caseous or colloidal gold. So yan lahat yung mga compounds and preparations of golds. So lahat sila are members of group 1B in the periodic table na tinatawag nating coinage metals. Okay? So copper, silver, and gold. Do you have questions or clarifications? Yung next na slide nito is group 2A. This has been discussed in the video I have given you in Schoology.